Hello, my name is Marisa Stone O'Brien, CEO and co-founder of SnappyDesk. I'm here interviewing Roy Leban from Puzzazz for Startup Founders TV. Hello, Roy. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Hi. So I have a few questions that I want to ask. What is Puzzazz, and how did you get the idea for this?
Puzzazz is a puzzle and puzzle game technology company, and we're building the future of puzzles and puzzle games for the digital world. Essentially, we've looked at the world of puzzles and puzzle games, and we've seen that inevitably they're going to move more toward digital media devices such as the iPad, the Kindle, Android, of course iPhone, and then online as well.
How are you turning your idea into a viable business?
Well, what we've done is we've started first by producing puzzle eBooks for the Amazon Kindle, and we did that because we thought it was a particularly great fit for our market. That the overlap between people who read books and the people who solve puzzles is really great. And the Kindle is a magnificent device for what we call traditional puzzles. And so I've got here, this is the latest third generation
Very cool.
Kindle. And this is Sudoku Unbound #1, which is one of our first titles. And I'm just going to turn the page, and we'll go to the table of contents here. And then I'm going to jump right into a puzzle. And here's one of the puzzles. I'll just pull up a little close to the camera. And you can see it looks a lot like paper. Now, we're not trying to emulate paper exactly. What we're trying to do is give solvers the sort of experience they get on paper, which basically is they're not using a device. They're just solving a puzzle. And that's one of the things that differentiates our technology with the technology of our competitors.
Oh, very cool. So could someone download several of those and, say, take it on a plane with them?
Oh, absolutely. The eBooks at the moment sell for $2.99, and you buy one that's got 100 puzzles in it. Each book has a couple bonus puzzles at the end as well. And there'll be, the first 3 books are all Sudoku variants, Sudoku, Wordoku, and Simdoku. But after this, we're going to have American crosswords, logic crosswords, Boshidoku, and a whole host of other types of puzzles.
I noticed that you also have a website. Do you post a new puzzle every day on the website?
Yeah, we do. So the website has a single small puzzle a day. It's a puzzle that might take anywhere from 15 seconds to maybe 5 minutes. And the purpose of that is to really get loyalty. And we don't make much money on that at all. What we find is that people come to the website literally every single day. Sometimes those same people will come back later in the day because they didn't know the answer. And, they're in the middle of driving. Oh, that was the answer, and they come back and they fill it in. And
how did you manage development of version 1.0?
Unlike a lot of companies, we don't actually have what you call a version 1.0. We shipped a first book, and then we shipped a second book, and now we shipped a third book, and there'll be a fourth book, and we'll be launching titles from other publishers as well. There isn't a 1.1 and a 1.2 in sort of the normal progression that you have. What we've done is we've built this underlying technology, which is an engine, which runs our books. But there is an equivalent problem, which is, getting that first title out. The short answer is there's no substitute for a lot of hard work. And being willing to, not only do that work, but redo the work when necessary. And we didn't want to ship something that wasn't up, to snuff, that was, a perfect product. And so we did a lot of testing. We did a lot of looking at the usability, making sure it was a great title. And it paid off because what we have right now is we have 100% 5-star reviews on Amazon for all 3 of our titles. And that's very unusual for a product, let alone an entire company.
Wow, that's neat. Do you suggest having a co-founder? Well,
I think what you need is a team. Whether you call people founders or co-founders, in a large sense, none of that matters. The important thing is you need people who are bought in, believe in what you're doing, and are delivering. And then the flip side of that is when people are, part of that team, the team, the founding team, whatever you call it, you need to make sure that everybody is, I'm going to say rewarded, that they have enough stock, that they are, they're not just told what to do, that they're part of figuring out what to do, that there's buy-in from the entire team. And I think that's what's important. In the case of Puzzazz, we have a founding team, but I was also, the sole founder for a year and a half before I put together that team. And that, a lot of that year and a half was research. Figuring out the strategy, as it were, as opposed to executing, which really we were able to accelerate that a lot more when I was able to put the team together. In general, you can't do it alone. that whether it's a founder or co-founder, that doesn't matter. But you need a team, and you need people with different skills. And so that, as a group, you're better than any one of you would be individually.
What is the future for Puzzazz?
Next step is that we're going to be releasing eBooks from third-party publishers. And after that, we're going to be on iPad and Android later this year. Whatever the device you have, you're going to be able to buy one of these books. And so we call them carefully crafted puzzles in our books. And they're variable difficulty level, which is one of the features of our books. And then, what device do you have? Great, you can get the book on that device.
What's your advice to first-time entrepreneurs in realizing the dream?
The biggest mistake I see people make is thinking they know everything. A lot of first-time entrepreneurs, they're really, really excited about what they know. They're really, really excited about their ideas, and that is wonderful. What you need to do as a first-time entrepreneur is seek as much advice as possible. Ask everybody for help. Everybody you meet, you should be telling them what you're doing, not just to promote what you're doing, but also to get feedback and to learn from them. And I look early in my career, and the people who selflessly gave tons of their time to help me was just tremendous. And the fact is, it's still happening. Here I am. This is startup number 8, and I am still getting great advice from people all the time. Just yesterday, I had a conversation with someone in the community who was very helpful in giving me advice. And I actually have a phone meeting this afternoon with someone who I'm going to ask for advice on a particular topic. So never stop learning, never stop asking for advice, and people will respect you more for it too.
Roy, how are you financing your venture?
So up till now, we've been bootstrapped. We actually have significant revenue as a bootstrapped company, and we actually just started small salaries on revenue, which is a great milestone to reach. We are, however, looking for a small funding round at the moment. And the reason why we're doing that is it's going to make a big difference in how big we can get in the long run. The acceleration we get from raising this round will be really significant. And people always say, "Oh, if I raise a round, I have to give up equity." Well, that's true, but I think that we're going to give up some percentage, and we're going to have a company that's 10 times bigger, and that's a pretty good trade-off to do. The other thing I would say, this is another piece of advice: never build your company needing a round. Never build your company needing the next round. When you build your company so that you're going round to round to round, eventually you run out of investors and you go out of business. So we're planning this is the only round. Will we actually take another round at some point? It's possible, but we're planning to never need another round, and I think that's really important.
I think that's excellent advice, Roy.
Okay.
This is Marisa Stone O'Brien interviewing Roy Leban, founder and CTO of Puzzazz, interviewing for Startup Founders TV. Thank you.
You're welcome.